really interesting to study a little bit about, taking samples, just like hiking somewhere and taking a sample of like the rock and learning how to test that. But there's a whole lot of exciting other things in regards to geology as well. We're trying to see what can we utilize with the geology that's already on the moon and Mars.
Okay, thank you, Alyssa. You said that you were attending ordinary school and how you became to the field. So while you were attending to the school, how was the support from your teachers and the classmates towards your dream?
Yeah, definitely. It's been, pretty different. It kind of just depends on the situation. I mean, growing up or like in high school and stuff, I was kind of with the same kids I was with from kindergarten. So obviously, like they knew I was interested in space. And at that point, when I was in high school, they're like, oh yeah, like we know Alyssa likes space. Like it wasn't too much of a shocker to them or anything like that. And for teachers, it really just kind of depends. Some of them are pretty supportive. Obviously, I kind of left school semi-frequently just to go and do any sort of opportunity that came about. So some teachers were really encouraging of it. Some didn't want me missing their class, which was kind of just whatever. It just kind of depended on the teacher. But it's definitely been really interesting going into the college experience as well because, I moved several states over. I kind of left everyone I knew for a whole new experience. So it was really interesting. Like meeting new friends and them obviously finding out with all the things I have done. But it's been really amazing to have that support from friends and family and things like that. Obviously, they're all encouraging of it and support it. But yeah, it's just been really cool to kind of see that switch and see how, I guess, new people take it.
So you're attending both school and you're training yourself for the biggest dream, right? How are you managing both of the sides? Must be tough.
Yeah, so I mean, especially now that I'm in college, it's a lot harder to, I guess, like skip school or anything like that. Obviously, professors don't care what you're doing; they want you in their class, and so it has been a little bit of a change. Obviously, school is my first priority, and then I try to do anything else, kind of either on a break or over the summer or anything like that, or anytime that I can. And there has been some times where it just there's just something going on that I want to do and I've missed a couple of days of school, and so it's just been a lot of working with my professors, having them realize that it is educational in some way. I'm not just skipping school to skip. So I have done some things during the school year, but for the most part I try to stay in school as much as I can. So it's only been a couple times I've actually had to miss class.
Okay. Thank you, Alyssa. So now we talked a lot about space, right, and Mars. So except for the activities for the space field, what are the other stuff, hobbies that you do or you are interested in doing?
Yeah, totally. I mean, growing up, I did all sorts of things. It wasn't just space whatsoever. I mean, I played competitive soccer for 10 years. I did piano. I did dance. I did every club that the school offered pretty much, and was just doing as much as I could with my friends as well. And I mean, even now in college, getting involved in some things. I mean, for the most part, school is a pretty heavy load. So, I mean, still just kind of taking time to relax, watch Netflix, whatever it may be. The majority of my time recently, kind of over the past summer with quarantine and all, we got a new dog. So he has been my full attention basically because we got him when he was just a puppy. And so mainly just taking care of him most of the time, to be honest, when I'm not doing schoolwork. So that has been a huge portion of my life lately as well. But yeah, honestly, just anything that a normal person does, just hanging out with friends or relaxing or whatever it may be, getting some exercise, going on a walk, or I'm also looking at possibly doing some of the like intramural, just like casual soccer every now and then, just to do it since it was something that I enjoyed for so long.
See, so according to you, there must be something that's more interesting or the best part of learning about space. What that could be?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think something that I find so interesting about space is, obviously it's so big and there's so much to explore in space. And so I think that, you can never stop learning when you are interested in space. And we're always discovering new things. And I think that's so exciting. So for me, I was always interested, originally I was interested in just like the curiosity of like what was on Mars. My dad told me, a little bit he knew about Mars, which was really not much. And he, was basically just saying that no one had been there before. So I was like, well, if no one has been there, then what's there? And honestly, just like the general curiosity of things.
Okay, so today we are getting hundreds of questions from our
Really?
audience, but we are limited with the time. So I'm going to ask the last questions from you. So would you like to say something for the kids who are watching today, this program, who love to pursue their dreams?
Yeah, totally. Obviously, it's super important to find something that you're passionate about and something that you really enjoy doing. And as you're starting to learn more about whatever that topic is, it's really important to be vocal about your dreams and tell people what you're interested in. You never really know who's listening. Kind of going back to the example before about being interested in robotics, let's say you go to a robotics competition, but you're interested in space robotics, tell someone like, hey, in the future, I think I'd be more interested in doing specifically space robotics. And they may say, you know what, I happen to know someone who happens to work in that field or does something like that. So you really never know where the opportunities are going to come from. So don't be shy to tell people what you're interested in doing, especially within the space community. We always want more people to work in space. It takes tens of thousands of people to be able to send an astronaut, send a rover, send anything into space. And so we need to continue to fill those jobs and, really look for some sort of support system to help you in your dreams. Obviously, you can't get there alone. And whether that is, a family member, a friend, a teacher, whatever it might be, someone who can always be there to tell you, you got it and you can keep working towards it. And, maybe it's also something where you could be that person for someone else that you know and help them in their dreams. But overall, it's important to, keep the idea alive. Obviously, a lot of these big aspirations and dreams are far away, so it's important to just remember that we can eventually accomplish them. It just takes a good bit of hard work to get there, but don't be afraid to talk about it and reach out to go and gain opportunities.
It was really an informative session today, and I think we were not able to ask all the questions to Alyssa today, but I think most important things people asked already have been answered. So we're gonna wind up for today, isn't it, Dasuni?
Yes.
Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you.
Yes. So thank you so much, Alyssa, for sparing your valuable time for us. We wish you all the very best for all your future works from SEDS, from Sri Lanka, and from all around the world. And so I am taking this opportunity to thank the people behind this remarkable space talk. First of all, Dr. Achala Pallagedara, who assisted us reaching Alyssa. Then Mr. Amila, Tilan, Matisha, and the new recruited SEDS Sri Lanka Executive Board under the new chairperson, Miss Aralia. So thank you so much, everyone. I think we nailed it pretty much right. So
Yes,
finally, thank you to all, our beautiful audience who were very enthusiastic for today's event. And we are so sorry that we are limited with the time. So, space lovers, this is not just an ending. Let me finish this as like this. Let the journey to Mars be begun. Goodbye, everyone.
goodbye, everyone.